It is Sunday morning, and happy Easter to all you that celebrate. So today we'll cover a few things. Talk about the shop space, crummy little shop space I've got. Talk about business entity and those issues and aspects. Paperwork, something I have issue with. Apprentice, workflow, and the old adage of in the beginning, the easy way is hard and the hard way is easy. I'm going to touch base on these things, these points. It's kind of a journey through, my new fresh attempt at starting and doing this. I've got vision, I've got scope, I've got goals. I got a rudimentary business plan written, which I actually have to sit down and revisit and expand now, because I've hit nearly all the goals I set out in October when I started this. So, Apprentice, he's been with me a couple months. There was a stutter start at the beginning. He actually got put on the bench and essentially fired. And then we got to sit down and have a real conversation of expectations, responsibilities, privileges involved with working under my employ. And he was brought back, and he's been nothing but stellar since. There was one hiccup, and it was outside of the shop, and nothing I had control over or should have issue with. So I set him down Thursday and explained to him it's only been 2 months. He's not really eligible for paid vacations and all that. But the major vacation days, they're covered. He's 30 hours a week, so it's 6 hours for the day, go. Not realizing that it was Good Friday the next day. So I got a hold of him on the phone, told him that, just mark it down, put in your timesheet on Monday, make sure it's all valid, correct, and ready to go. Good human, 21, so not kid, whatever you want to call him. But he's got mechanical inclination that's awesome. And I'm teaching less about cars than I am about systems and organization. I have systems on how I do each aspect. A lot of get the tool cart over there, get the trolley cart over there with tackle boxes. We put everything in tackle boxes and label them and break them down. There's no bags in boxes. You save a week's worth of work easy on the assembly of a deep, thorough restoration. Because you have a whole tray that's labeled bit by bit, not just this is the door. No, man, it's like this is for the regulator, this is for the latch mechanism, and it's all broke down. You're not searching for shit. You know where everything's at. You can go through, clean up all the fasteners and put them back in there or replace them, and then they're ready for assembly, however it works. So he's been working that, and he's come along pretty well. He's a little scattered, a little ADD, ADHD probably, but learn to utilize it as a tool, not a hindrance. The additional space we got into, it's 1,300 feet, brings us up to about 3,000. The original area, we're still doing some body work in it, because the new space, the heater is shit the bed. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. You can't leave it on overnight, because all it does is run, and the fans run continuous, and it cycles when it feels like it. Sounds like a fireball waiting to happen, so I don't leave it unattended. So we can't do body work over there, which is supposed to be body work and fab. The other side is supposed to be assembly and paint. Keep all of the dirty stuff on the one side, so we can clean out the other area, have it presentable, put up posters, whatever. Make it nice enough. It's a crummy building, it's a crummy space, but it's got heat, it's got water, it's got power, it's got everything I have to get started. My lovely partner, they've gone through and are dealing with some basic accounting, getting all of the documents for the business entity. So 4Q Customs LLC is a thing. It exists. We got a Facebook page. Just yesterday got the Instagram set up, so posting things to that, showing some old jobs that I did as Smith Welding. just to try to populate the page a little bit and show some finished work. I haven't sent anything restored and finished out of the shop since I started. It's been the struggle just to get by. And therein lies really the last part of our conversation. The struggle to get by. In the beginning, I was told, I read, I don't know, I came about this knowledge. In the beginning, the hard way is easy and the easy way is hard. And that conversation turns into simple car lot work, wholesale work. Let's just call it that. Be polite. Wholesale work pays wholesale rates. But when you look at the end of the week and you should be able to bill out, let's say we have $2,000 billable hours a week available to achieve. It's a number. That's not my number. It's a number. It's an easy one. And you get this car lot job, it takes you a week and it pays $1,300. Well, will that float? It might float. But you're looking at billables and you're $700 behind. Next week you do it again, now you're $1,400 behind. Again, now you're $2,100 behind. You're a whole week behind over the course of 3 weeks. By the end of the month, you're almost a week and a half behind. You've lost a week and a half. And all you do is keep going backwards. You can scrape and scrape and scrape and just get by, but you never set that equipment in place. You never afford yourself the accountant that you desperately need to keep everything above board and where it needs to be. You're unable to populate, organize, and clean up the shop the way it needs to be, so it looks like a rat hole. But see, that's easy. That's easy money. It comes, it goes. Even insurance work isn't terrible because it pays a reasonable scale and so forth and so on. But it's like one night stands. One incident. Now you gotta line these up. And I'm not a collision shop. I'm not an insurance shop. So that triples the difficulty there of getting that kind of work in. And car lots are easy. And it's easy to make that, easy to grab that money. It's not easy to make it. It's easy to grab that money. But the easy way is sticking to our guns, working on the work we're supposed to work on. I got old projects. I got new projects. I got stuff that just needs to go on. I got projects with time on the books. 2 of them in process right now with time on the books that we bill it out as we go. Things like that. And so we've retracted, and it's been a real crunch last month because we've retracted and mostly focused on the restoration, the higher end work that we're setting out to do, to show the world around here, new place for me, that we can do it and we will do it. But how long can you handle playing chicken with your last dollar? And that is my conundrum right now. So I use the lot work, something of a BandAid. It just limps us along until we get enough of this accomplished. I've got old work that just needs to leave the shop, and we're piling hours on that as we can afford to. Thing is, I got one that's been with me for a really long time. It'll take 2 weeks to have substantial completion. Just hammer on it, 2 weeks, substantial completion, done and gone. Our bare bones is about $2,000 overhead, wages, just bare scraping by, no gains. Not putting money in the places that it needs to go outside of overhead, wages, utilities. And so that's $4,000. You start this without any financial leverage, I might as well be $40,000. It's out of touch at the moment. Doesn't sound like much, but it can stack up quick. That's kind of where we're at. And now I am observing the facts of getting away from the easy, the hard way that's easy to begin with, and wean off of that tit. That's been my fun. So I will let you ponder that. That's kind of where it's at. We'll talk to you later.